Hey, this is Scott, and today we're going to talk about Schleich, the worldwide leader in animal figures across the world. In this video, we're going to talk about the history, how Schleich toys are made, the different brands, the collectability, and so much more. So sit back, relax, and enjoy learning all about Schleich. So let's start off about the history. In 1935, Friedrich Schleich founded Schleich. In 1946, it released its first toy, the Bendy figure, and in 1948, it won a patent for that toy. In 1965, it was a big year. They got the Smurfs license, and to this day, they're still making Smurfs. In 1967, they came out with their first non-bendable figure. In 1989, they increased their focus on classical animal figures. In 2015, and this was a big year, they really focused on their brands, their play world. So we're fortunate enough to be at Toy Fair in 2020, and they had this display at the Schleich booth. So I want to share that with you right now. So from 1953 to 1960, they had the Bendy Lion. From 1978 to 1990, they had the first non-articulated lion. From 1995 to 96, they did have a smaller lion for a short period of time. And from 96 to 2005 was a long stretch of this lion. In 06 to 07, they had a short time with this line, and in 2014, they came out with this line, which you can still find today. In 2017, they came out with this line, which you can also find today. And in 2020, they came out with the Golden Lion. Now, this was a 85th anniversary specialty exclusive piece. Highly collectible. For collectors out there, they know that Schleich does put out these golden animals every once in a while. They're always a limited release. We were fortunate enough to have one because we are the flagship store here in the United States for Schleich. More about that in a little bit. So how are Schleich toys made? Well, it starts with an idea, and that idea is put to paper or a chunk of clay. Today, maybe even a piece of software. Eventually, an artist creates a wax model that is used to create a cast molding for mass production. Now, once these are mass produced, each individual animal is hand painted, one at a time. That's what makes these Schleich animal figurines so collectible and so highly sought after. Now, the other really neat thing about Schleich is they really help promote development. Now, let's take a look at learning about a lion. What's more fun to learn about a lion? On a piece of paper, or from a book, or from somebody telling you about a lion? Or if you actually get to play with a lion. I mean, that's pretty cool, right? And it encourages the person to want to learn more about them because here they are playing with them and interacting with different animals. The other thing that it's going to help promote is imagination growth. I mean, because you're playing with these awesome figures, coming up with these incredible stories that only you can come up with. I mean, what's better than that? Let's talk about Schleich collectability. Now, there's a huge following of Schleich animal figures in the collecting market. In fact, something like 300 million Schleich animals are sold every year. That's like almost $100,000 a day. Wait a minute, why aren't we selling 100,000 Schleich animals a day? Guys, help us out. Buy some more Schleich animals for us. We'd love to have a bigger share of that market. All right, let's talk about the different brands from Schleich. So first we've got Schleich Wildlife. Schleich Wildlife is going to explore lions or bears or deep sea animals or kangaroos, all those animals of the wild. Then we have Schleich Farm World. Anything you can imagine on a farm, Schleich makes it. I mean, whether it's horses or dogs or cows or lamb, sheep, it doesn't matter. And there's also these great play sets that are pretty neat and pretty fun to play with. Then there's the Schleich Horse Club. Now, Horse Club follows 4 characters and they're 4 horses. And they just put out some incredible pieces in the horse world. So as a Schleich collector, that's definitely a line that you want to check out. And then there's Schleich Dinosaurs. I mean, what little kid doesn't love dinosaurs, right? So it's no surprise that Schleich puts out an incredible line of dinosaurs. One of my favorite lines from Schleich is Schleich Eldredor. They have the Eldredor creatures, and the Eldredor creatures are fighting for the super weapon. And if they get the super weapon, then they control all of Eldredor. Yeah, I get a little excited about that. I'm sorry. I really, really like Schleich Eldredor. But there's also Schleich Biala. Biala explores Pegasus, Pegasi. What is the plural to Pegasus? Unicorns, mermaids, and all of these cool magical and mystical beings. So a lot of times people ask me, what is a Schleich flagship store? So we were one of the first Schleich flagship stores. A few years ago, Schleich decided they wanted to come out with a concept of flagship stores. And these would be the best toy stores in the country that offer Schleich. We were one of the first Schleich flagship stores in the country, and today we are the oldest continuously running Schleich flagship store in the United States. So what does that mean? That means when you walk into our store, you're greeted by a 14-foot T-Rex. He might even say hi by growling at you. Or there's a life-size Schleich horse, or a life-size lion. We have a Schleich play table where you can play with different Schleich animals. We have the largest selection of Schleich in the country. We carry the full line. If we don't have it, it's because we're waiting for it to come back into the US market. We have events, we have activities all around Schleich. So if you're looking for Schleich, we're the place to come to. If you have enjoyed this video about Schleich, I hope you'll check out some of our other videos as well. Better yet, come on in, check out what a Schleich flagship store is. Or check us out online at mazapply.com. Whatever you decide, we appreciate you taking the time to watch this video, and we'll see you next time.